And welcome back to another edition of Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Today we're continuing with Doom Arrival. This is map 7, Shrine of Moss. Another big fun map with lots of enemies, lots of crossfire. There are no secrets in this map, but there are a lot of items to pick up. Easy to miss. There's a certain strategy, as always, you can find for Doom maps. Our first order of business today will be weapon and ammo collection. I hope to be able to show you how to do all that effectively, efficiently, and of course with some fun. The game is powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell on Earth platform. As always, we're playing on the Ultra-Violence difficulty setting in order to get 100% in all three of these categories. There are 261 kills to be had. Like I said, no secrets, but yeah, 269 items, and some are easy to miss. So why don't we go ahead and start with the 3 armor bonuses. Chain gunners are going to come out of there as soon as we fire a shot, so we need to be efficient. The first thing we're going to do is take care of these zombie men. And we're going to race around to where they were, quickly, just to grab the chain gun and the backpack. Then we're going to head back down, and now we take care of the chain gunners. There are some armor bonuses here. Pick them up. There will also be a regular shotgun right here at the top. So let's go ahead and pick that up. Armor 2. That will release a small trap. There will be some shotgunners here. Peekaboo shoot. Shouldn't be too much trouble. I think he went that way. Alright, well, not that much trouble. More ammo to pick up here, but there are lots of lost souls outside because the far right peekaboo window had lost souls just below when we ran nearby. So with our regular shotgun, or if you really want to, you can use your chain gun. That's okay too. Take care of the lost souls. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take care of these imps down below. We're not going to go too much further because there are a couple of shotgunners in the window just above to the left, which you can't really easily get from here. So what we'll do is we'll pick them off from here. A little safer, a little bit better reach. There's 3 of them, actually. This is where we ran in. This is where the lost souls came from. We'll be in there soon enough. First things first, let me just show you where we will end up. That's where we're going to go once all the other enemies and all the items have been picked up in this area, otherwise cleared. So we will come back to this area. This is not where we're going to be now, just to show you. We will, of course, go through this door instead. Oh, good shot by the imp. And we will clear out the rest of the enemies. There are some chain gunners and other enemies down the way. I will go back for those imps, but those chain gunners were more of a concern. Boop. Yeah, you don't want to fall in here, but there is a teleporter down there if you really are, I wouldn't say clumsy, but if you accidentally fall in, that's what will happen. So what we have here, we can see there's a berserk pack, we can see there's ammo, and there's other things to pick up. So what we'll do is we're going to, and there's also a mega armor. So let's go ahead. You can pick them up in any order you like. If you have less health, then grab the mega armor second. The mega armor first, and then the backpack second. Sorry, not the backpack. The mega armor first, and then the berserk pack second. Good lord. Need to speak clear. And then we go over here to pick up the rest of the stuff, which is really a bunch of armor bonuses. You know, I don't like the chain saw, but if you do, go ahead and pick it up. It's there for you. And then once we head up here, we're basically done clearing out the initial area of goodies, enemies, items, and weapons. So now let's just pick up our last reward, which are a bunch of health bonuses, and then we'll head back to that area that I showed you briefly that had the switch. That's where we're going to do some map progression. Nope, it's actually through, down where the imps were, lowered area, and up this way. Yes, that's right. So now take out your chain gun, and the simple reason for that is that we're going to be facing a couple of revenants and an arachnotron, and we don't have anything else really. So let's go ahead. Let's hope that the arachnotron gets involved, at least with the revenants. Oh, I was kind of hoping that would hit the wall. Doesn't look like it did. All right, we get another backpack. And now we can pick up our goodies. There are some armor bonuses over here, easy to miss. Go ahead. There are an inordinate amount of enemies in the next area to the right. Let's just go ahead, get everybody excited by our presence by just running, grabbing a couple of rockets. We don't have the rocket launcher yet, but it will get the imps to come up and some of the gunners, and a lot of them anyway will be hit by the fire of the Mancubi. Let's just go over here and see who's left. In that peekaboo window there is an archvile. Unfortunately we can't reach it from here even if we had a better weapon, so don't bother shooting at it, but be mindful it can zap you from here. And that stinks. So okay, so what we're going to do now is only armed with our regular shotgun. I do like the... I need to be a bit more careful. I do like to thin out the Mancubi a little bit. The two on the ledge to the left are more reachable with the regular shotgun. It's a little bit tedious, of course, because it's just the regular shotgun, but I find we're going to be turning right, going down the ramp, and being in that entire area, believe me, having less Mancubi firing at you amongst the other enemies, it will pay off. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terribly exciting, but I would very highly recommend you try to thin out the herd here a little. Being mindful of lots of fire, because there's lots and lots and lots of enemies. Okay. I think maybe the chain gun for the imps. I'm not sure what's the best weapon to reach. Oh, don't run into fire. Oh, I got stuck in the doorway. See, that's not good. Lost quite a bit of health there for no particular reason at all. Don't do that. But I do want to get rid of those imps too. They're going to be hard to reach later. No, brother. See what I mean? There's a ridiculous amount of enemies here. All right, I think we're going to leave the imps alone at this point. I think it's more trouble than it's worth. So let's go ahead, grab our rad suit, and let's make a run for it. We're going to be facing on this side some enemies, but more specifically a couple of Hell Knights. But we're going to go ahead and grab the super shotgun. We do like that. Be mindful, there will be fire from all around. It will not likely do very much against the Hell Knights, but let's be mindful of that. Okay, so now we're going to try to head up here without taking too much, if any, damage. Make our way around the corner here, take cover. Just grab a few things. What we're going to do now is actually we're going to go back down, take care of a little bit of the low-lying fruit, which are the imps. And we have ammo and items to pick up, so let's go ahead and do that. We will be using plasma later. I use it mostly for the cyber demon, but you can use it for other enemies too. Some more items here. Oh, I guess my timing wasn't perfect, but what are you going to do? I'll just have to pick up a little bit of health. Do go ahead and grab the rocket launcher, and then get the heck out of Dodge, because we're going to use it here against these two Mancubi. One more, maybe? There we go. Can we get the enemies here to infight? I'm hoping. Because there's a lot of enemies across the bridge, and I'm hoping they start shooting at least the Arachnotron. We can't reach them from here, so that's not going to be terribly helpful. Alright, have I missed anybody down here? I don't think so. Looks like I have all the imps. I'll have to double check that later. But let's head up and see if we can pick off the Arachnotron and some of the gunners. Alright. Everybody seems to be gone, or at least a little bit out of the way. Remember, the archvile is there, and it can pick you off. Okay. Looks like we survived the day. Oops. We also want to take cover, so let's break out our rocket launcher. One more, maybe? All right. Yeah, it looks like I did not take care of a few Mancubi down the other way, so we'll have to head back there. But first I'm going to take care of the Archvile. The chain gun, I find, is probably your best choice here. As you can see, you notice he's not fully visible. Or it's not fully visible. Took a little hit from the Mancubi. That's okay. Maybe it's best that I left the Mancubi behind by mistake after all. But we do want to get rid of the Archvile. Archvile is exceptionally annoying. Okay, so now we're going to head back. Pick up our items here. And I think we can probably pick them off from here. We'll try anyway. Yeah? Okay, looks good. Okay, now we'll just pick up our whatever bounty is still available. Some ammo here, some health there, that sort of thing. And that's a pretty hazardous area, traversing that fiery area down below. It's pretty tough, but anyway, it's definitely doable. This is the exit. We'll need all 3 keys for that, so there's nothing to really do at the moment. We've already been here, but there's no way to get through. And let's proceed. There will be some enemies this way. A Baron and some imps, but also, upon our firing or approaching, 3 cackles will be coming for us as well. There's Caco 2. And then let's not forget about the Baron. Not sure where the Baron is. Too busy looking for the Baron. There it is, okay. Yeah, brother. Alright. Chain gun, I guess, at this point. We do want to also take care of those gunners down there. And that Caco is far, so... Okay, so now let's head down. Don't take the rad suit yet, because we're going to have quite a bit of enemies, quite a bit of stuff to do before we can get rid of... before we can take on, rather, the rad suit. So hold off on that. There is a pain elemental. Let's see if we can start luring it our way. Okay. We don't want it to be spewing any lost souls, of course. We do want it to come closer, if it will. And let him have it. Or let her have it, I guess. She does give birth to the lost souls. And that's that. Okay. Still not time. Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Is it time yet for the rad suit? Be patient, friends. It's not yet time. We still have more enemies through this peekaboo window. So let's introduce ourselves in an unfriendly manner. Should be it. We will be there almost at the end. Just before we get to the Cyber Demon. So we will find those items later. Not to worry. Alright. Grab the rad suit. Pick up all the health and the items and everything else. Now, we're going to need to take care of this Revenant. I think probably the chain gun is adequate to the task. Okay. And then I think I take out the rocket launcher and I try to just dispose of these 2. Oop. Well, now I got hung up on something. Oh, brother. Well, that was less than perfect. Alright, let's just grab a little bit of health. Don't know what happened there, but in any event, it wasn't fantastic. Shoot the switch. And then we're going to head down, grab anything else that we could have missed. Go ahead. We're going to go ahead and hit that switch. And then we're going to make our way across, grab all these arm bonuses, get the red key, rather. There, alright. So we didn't take a ton of damage, but that's how you clear out that area. Yeah. So now we come through the red door from this side. We've already been here. And we do need to go to the other red door. Let's head on up. gunners right over here. You may remember this familiar area. Now, it doesn't look like I left any imps behind, so that's good. So now we can continue. We'll be facing some revenants to the left and some specters to the right. So as soon as we fire, the revenants will start to come. Just be ready for them. I usually just kind of hang out at the side of the door here. Kind of slows down the revenants coming through, and it gives a good hold point for protection against the missiles. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's first go ahead and take care of these imps. It's about 5 of them. I use the chain gun just for efficacy. Grab the goodies. And then we head up. Grab more ammo. There's more armor bonuses here, so don't forget them. Hit the switch. That will lower the rad suit, which we're going to need. As you can see below, it's a bit iffy as far as where to stand. So there's rockets, there's shotgun shells, and more importantly, there's all these health bonuses, which are not only excellent for health, but also count towards 100%. So let's pick them all up. We're not really coming back here, to my knowledge, unless you forgot something, so then you would be coming back. So I would not recommend that you do. All right, let's go ahead and just pick off the gunners and the imps. And as soon as we approach, yeah, we're going to find more enemies coming our way. I want to get rid of the chain gunners to the right if I can. All right, and I'm going to fire off a rocket or two. Nope, not quite what I had in mind. Okay. And we'll make our way up the wall, through the stairway here. And probably with the revenants and the mancubi remaining, we're going to use some rockets. Oop, probably a bit much for a shotgunner. All right, now let's go ahead and fire off the rockets. We can use super shotgun for the remainder. So now we have to make sure that we have all of the items. There's going to be invisibility and some armor bonuses here. We did already get the Berserk pack, so that's fine. Grab the invisibility. Actually, I did a practice run and I forgot the invisibility here at the end of the map. I couldn't figure out where the heck's the last item. It was actually that invisibility. So go ahead and grab it. It'll also help a little bit with the enemies, of course. And we grab more rockets. I take out my rocket launcher at this point, because as soon as we grab the yellow key, yeah, we're going to get some more revenants that I like to give a taste of rockets. All right. I keep my rocket launcher out. In this room, we are going to face an archvile. Oh, I don't seem to be hitting very well. Okay, well, there we go. Starting to wonder. I fired off quite a few shots. Maybe some chain gun. Once the archvile's gone, we always hope that the archvile comes first, because, of course, you'll be facing endlessly revived and resuscitated, I guess, enemies. So I do like when the archvile does come down to greet me. It does make life a lot easier. Lots of armor bonuses here, lots of ammo. Go ahead and grab what you need. Easy to miss some of these armor bonuses because of all the Karkai, but I think I've gotten them all. And our main prize, of course, is right there. It's the Megasphere, Supercharge, I should say. So, I mean, if you're wanting to save that for later, well, you can always come back later, but for the purposes of this video, that's not terribly exciting, so I wouldn't do that. But you can. Just grab a little bit more. No, I don't think I need any. So we'll head down back to where these original lowered air, where the imps were, and through the door. We do want to go back to the other area here. I'm just trying to find that little ziggity-zag bridge. I don't know what the heck. I'm like disoriented here. Where's that little ziggity-zag bridge? That's what I'm looking for. Oh, brother, I think it's through here? I think so. Yes, okay, good. All right. Could be a little bit confusing. Now let's go ahead, make our way through this yellow door since we have the yellow key. As soon as we step in, there will be a bunch of gunners, including chain gunners and some imps too. So just keep an eye out. There will be 2 chain gunners in total. A couple of shotgunners and the rest will be imps. So you can go ahead, grab the goodies. Should be all, but we'll just keep an ear out. Break out your super shotgun, because it will be a Baron. Just one. I use the super shotgun because it's just one. There's lots of room to monkey around. Plus you get another 2 shotgun packs here, so I don't know. It seems like pretty well all of your ammo used to dispose of the Baron will be replenished anyway. All right, blue key. Turn around and it takes us back to this area. This lowered area where we find a Mancubus and some gunners a little bit higher up. So let's go ahead and use a chain gun for them. Think I got everyone? Yes, by the looks of it. Okay, once you're satisfied that you have everybody, go ahead and grab now. I recommend taking care of the gunners just because they're going to get in the way and it's just going to be endlessly pick. You don't want to like lose a whole bunch of health just with that. So let's go ahead now. Nope. Looks like the Revenant spotted us. I didn't think he would, but he did. So be mindful, there is a Revenant to the right. Let's take care of the Cacos. Right now our health is okay. Our rad suit is okay. I would still maintain my position here. Leave the imps for last. Well, since the Revenant was a jerk and he hit us, let's go ahead and hit the Revenant back. More gunners since we stepped out. No big deal. And let's finish off the Archvile, shall we? Okay. I would take the super shotgun out, or if you prefer, try to push your way through. Some lost souls. We're relatively safe in this corner, not fully, but relatively. Hit the switch if you like. That'll allow us to go back up there to eventually escape this room. Okay, subject to the imps, we just have the Arachnotrons. Let's go ahead, put on our rad suit, and dispose of them. Now, all of these armor bonuses must be picked up for our 100%. Let's just make sure we have them all. I think we do. And now, with the super shotgun, or the chain gun, or if you want to use a rocket, I guess, you can overdo it. That's okay too if you have a lot remaining. That should be it. Okay, I think we're okay. Maybe I'll pick up a little bit of ammo here. And that's good. A little bit more. Sure. Chain gun again. We do have some gunners above and some imps, including a chain gunner there, and there are 2 chain gunners here. So we'll pick up these items, and there should only be yes, down here. Now, if you remember when I said, hey, hold on to that rad suit, don't use it, we're going to be able to get the all these health bonuses to the peekaboo window. Well, that's where this is right now. So if you're just a little bit confused about how that came about, that's the explanation. So now we have only the 1 kill, which is the Cyber Demon, and we have all the items. If your count's the same, then you've done a good job too. And now it's just a question of getting over, breaking out your plasma. If you notice, I haven't used any of my plasma at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this alcove as my hold point. If you want to run in there and go toe-to-toe with the Cyber Demon, be my guest. It is not the safest strategy, therefore I don't recommend it. Plenty of plasma to pick at the Cyber Demon. Seems particularly angry. That's okay. Shouldn't take too much longer. We'll finish it off. And that should be that. Yeah, we even have more plasma here if you want to pick it up. If you ran out of plasma, yeah, you'd have to run in here and get it. So I don't necessarily recommend that. That's why I saved my plasma. So you'll notice I didn't really use it. So we'll have to go across this little area again. Take a tiny bit of damage. There's no rad suit. But otherwise, we're done. We just have to head towards the exit. I got to find that zigzag bridge, which I had some trouble before, but not this time. Here it is. So let's go ahead, armed with all 3 keys. Let's go ahead and punch our way through, and we'll do our final count. Yes, all 264 kills. There were no secrets, and all 269 items. You know what that means, indeed. We're done. And that is Shrine of Moss. Map 7 from Arrival. Great map. Lots going on. Lots of crossfire. My God, so many items. Very hard to keep track of. I hope you were keeping track of how I went about it. It does seem overwhelming a little bit the first few times you play this map, but I think you'll get the hang of it if you just take it section by section like I did. Pick off a few enemies in an opportunistic way at the beginning with the big open area, and I think you'll be able to make it through there okay. As far as the final big boss fight, yeah, the Cyber Demon's pretty easy if you stick around in that little alcove, but if you're a little bit more gutsy, then yeah, head into that room and strafe around, knock yourself out. Not my way of going about it, but I do hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. Do hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.